Hello everyone, my name is Joymi Marasigan from BSCS 3D, and today I am going to discuss about array processing, vector instruction classification. But first, what is vector instruction? Vector instructions are a class of instructions that enable parallel processing of data sets. An entire array of integers or floating point numbers is processed in a single operation, eliminating the loop control mechanism typically found in processing arrays. And these are the vector instruction types. Number 1, vector instruction. Number 2, vector scalar instruction. Number 3, vector memory instruction. Number 4, vector reduction instruction. Number 5, gather and scatter instruction. Number 6, masking instruction. So what is this called vector operand and what does it have? A vector operand contains an ordered set of n elements, where n is called the length of the vector. All elements of the vector are same types, scalar quantities, which may be a floating point number, an integer, a logical value, or a character. There are 4 primitive types of vector instructions. Those are the following, and we can see it on the screen, where V and S denotes a vector operand and a scalar operand respectively. The instructions F1 and F2 are unary operations and F3 and F4 are binary operations. The first one is the VCOM or the vector complement, which complements each complement of the vector is an F1 operation. The pipelined implementation of F1 operation is shown in the figure. Let's try to look at the figure. V1, V2. The second one is the Vmax or the vector maximum, which finds the maximum scalar quantity from all the complements in the vector, is an F2 operation. The pipelined implementation of F2 operation is shown in the figure. This is the figure. The third one is the VMPL or the vector multiply, which multiply the respective scalar components of 2 vector operands and produces another product vector, is an F3 operation. The pipeline implementation of F3 operation is shown in the figure. Let's try to look at the figure. The last one is the SVP or the scalar vector product, which multiply one constant value to each component of the vector, is F4 operation. The pipeline implementation of F4 operation is shown in the figure. Let's look at the figure and analyze it. And to analyze the 4 primitive types of vector instructions, the inputs are given as scalar components in the pipeline. Apart from these basic types of instructions, some special instructions may be used to facilitate the manipulation of vector data. For an additional information about vector instruction, it is executed by a vector unit, which is similar to a conventional single instruction multiple data or SIMD instruction. Each vector instruction can perform the same type of operations on multiple samples. To end our discussion, what first is the difference between vector and array processing? Okay, here it is. Vector and array processing are essentially the same with small differences. An array is made up of index collections of information called indices. Though an array can, in rare cases, have only one index collection, a vector is technically indicative of an array with at least 2 indices. Okay everyone, thank you for listening, and that ends our discussion about array processing vector instruction classification. Again, I'm Joymi Marasigan from BSCS 3D, and thank you again for listening everyone.